So this is the App Store right now, okay? So Steam, well, I love it. It's also pretty brain dead. Take it from someone that has gamed on a PC for 20 years, it's bad. Because on PC it's not. You have to update your Steam, you have to update your driver, you have to update your game, you have to update your third-party launcher. It's a shit show. Sadly, Apple is still primarily a phone company. Those phone users are spending big money on shitty mobile games. Why do I need to explain this? This is bad. Hello, what is up, guys? So today we are going to speak about what Apple's upcoming gaming app store needs. So we currently have the app store, but let's be honest, it's not that good, right? So we're gonna over this. First of all, a game library, right? We need this. So this is the app store right now, okay? It's useless, okay? You can find your downloaded apps and free apps. It's all mixed. You cannot organize it. It's bad. So how do you do this? Well, luckily we have Steam, and so this is the golden standard in my opinion. Like I like to have these styles, all right, but you can also organize it here. You can hide it. You can make categories. I mean, it's pretty good, right? So Steam is not perfect in my opinion, but they do this really well. And so learn from the best. Apple, make something like that for your game app store. And by the way, if you didn't know, Apple is working on a game app store for iOS, iPadOS, and I assume macOS as well, because why not? All right. And so what we also need is quality of life feature. So QoL, quality of life. And here they can do something unique that Steam can't. Okay. So Steam, well, I love it. It's also pretty brain dead, okay? So it cannot update games while the PC is in sleep mode, and same for Windows. It just can't update overnight. Now the PlayStation can, and a Mac can as well. If you own one, you know, you'll see, oh, it has updated, blah, 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 blah. Same with iPhone. So that's all good, but the PlayStation can also update your game. So if you launch the PlayStation and decide to play your games, you can actually play your games, which is amazing, because on PC it's not. You have to update your Steam, you have to update your driver, you have to update your game, you have to update your third-party launcher. It's a shit show. You have to update Windows if you're really that unlucky, and it's a shit experience, okay? Take it from someone that has gamed on a PC for 20 years, it's bad. Now, what we also need is good exclusives, and we are gonna go over it a little bit fast because it's a little bit boring, but we are going to look at Nintendo. The Apple's build it and devs will come approach of their mobile app store, it will not work for a Mac, okay? It's never going to work. So here we see the exclusives with the copy sold of Nintendo games, right? First page, second page, and the third page. There are more, but I just took these three, okay? So how much are we talking? What's in it for Apple, right? So the first page alone is $20 billion in gross revenue of first-party games at €60, which, by the way, they never put them on sale. Second page, another 10 billion, right? And last page, another 3 billion and 21 million, or quarter billion, a half a billion almost, I mean, for third-party games. The few that are on here with the 30% store cut, which I presume Apple will do as well. So how much is that? Well, that is 32 billion. And of course, that is since 2017, right? And by the way, Valve built its store also on exclusives, which is what you need, by the way. So how much money is that for Apple? Well, not a lot. Like, sadly, Apple is still primarily a phone company. Like, and I'm kind of salty about that, because these phones, man, people just buy them on a subscription, right? They have no idea how much money they're spending. And those phone users are spending big money on shitty mobile games. As you can see here, that services, it's shitty mobile games primarily, right? And apps and shitty app subscriptions, it's garbage. But as we all know, the Nintendo Switch sold 130 million units just for gaming. That's more Nintendo Switches over the same time period as Apple Silicon Macs. And so the Mac, it could at least double. So that's 30 billion a year extra. Now that is something interesting to Apple, because that would make it bigger than iPad and Mac currently combined, right? So and wearables maybe, that could triple in my opinion. So that is why they need exclusives. Like again, it's a little bit boring, but the short of it is they need exclusives because it attracts people, but also it generates a fuck ton of money if they do it good, that is, okay? Like Nintendo exclusives, they are good. We don't need shitty exclusives. So Another important thing is better exposure for new games. Like the exposure on the App Store, it's bad in my opinion, right? And so the front page of Steam, right here, I don't like that as well. It's a little bit similar. Like you can see that they took inspiration, right? So this banner, Steam has it here. I like it more on Steam, but whatever. And this, again, I like it more Steam. Now, I like that they use the whole screen, right? And like in Steam, this is for shitty PC 1080p shit monitors, right? We have big monitors, big retina monitors, like use the whole damn space. I like that. But there's more information in this. Just make it such a widget and make this a little bit smaller. But what I don't like is this. These are the icons of the App Store, right? So this doesn't tell me anything about the game except the price and the title, which is just not good enough, right? For me, at least. So how do you do it? Well, not like this, because this is crappy. I mean, it works great on a phone because it's a phone. You don't have much screen real estate. And by the way, this is software. This is not a game. Why is this in games? This is, in my opinion, how to do it. Again, of course, Steam. So these are bigger banners, and it already tells you more. It's free to play, multiplayer, hero shooter, third person, blah, blah, blah. It already tells you more than this. But also, if you hover over it, you get a couple screenshots and you see how users rate it, okay? And we'll go over that later. And by the way, the fact that I even had to make this, right? This makes me so depressing, right? Depressed, I mean, like, what the fuck is this? Why do I need to explain this, right? So this is me, and this is the App Store and their developers. They are so brain dead that they're creating a singularity, a black hole, which is sucking all my energy and all my knowledge, right? It's so dumb, gewoon. Like, I honestly, I mean, I don't like people losing their jobs, but if I were Apple, fire everybody that worked on this garbage UI design. I mean, it works from a technical standpoint, decent, but the UI, it's so bad. Like, just fire them all, or place them on the mobile crappy App Store, right? I mean, it's good enough there. There's no competition. Like, and by the way, that's more for the removal of scam apps, but you can clearly see that there is no competition on the mobile App Store for Apple, because that's why we have shit like this. And this is in the App Store on the Mac, but these are search results for mobile, which is scams. It's all scams, by the way. This is real, and the rest is scam. And also, this is GTA 5 footage. I don't even know if that's allowed. This is obviously not GTA 5. It's named as GTA 5. It uses intellectual property of GTA 6, by the way. So this is bad, right? This is how that makes me feel. Like, I feel like this. And probably this is more the developers that allow this shit to happen, this shit to fester. It's full of scams like that. We all like to make fun of Android, but the App Store is no different. It's full of scams and intellectual property theft. All right. And by the way, these are the Mac app results. So this is not mobile. This is the Mac App Store now, and look at it. It's the same shit. I mean, no intellectual property theft, but it's all mobile shit. And this hurts developers of real games, like real actual games. Like, mobile games are not real games. I'm sorry, you guys, it's not true. It's all garbage, okay? Delete it all, and just show me games that are similar to Valheim, like other survival games, if you have any, or just any decent console style games, okay? But preferably something that is an adventure survival game, right? So create tags and make it work. And so this is how Steam does it, the same search, which makes me feel like Steam is this big brain dude, and these are all the Apple App Store developers, right? All the small peanut brain. Mobile, God, I hate mobile as a platform. I hate it so bad, guys. Like, it's what everything is wrong with gaming. But anyway, before I go on our rant on that, this is Valheim, and then we get another game that's a survival game, and some more games that Steam believes that you might like if you like Valheim. I mean, the search is not good, so there's a lot of room for Apple to make it better than Steam. And another thing, this is crap. This tells me very little about the game. Same for, the App Store currently, right? This is better. Like, funnily enough, the search results, the design for this is actually superior to this. And by the way, a lot of wasted space, like again, PCs, I mean, they're kind of known for using old shitty hardware, like old plastic monitors with low res and stuff. That's why they do this, right? It's old and they won't innovate. They never do. I mean, I've been waiting for decades for Valve to innovate, but this is better. Of course, you see less games, and that's the goal, showing more, but I get more information about the games. I can see this is a shitty mobile game, this shitty mobile game, shitty mobile game. I can see that right away. I cannot see shit here. Even if you hover with your mouse, you will not see screenshots like in the other example. So this is bad, and well, it's good and bad. They gotta do something about the scam apps, because that also ties in with the exposure, right? It's bad exposure. If why would you want to publish your game on the App Store if it's full of scam apps and you have bad exposure already, okay? So last but not least, we need a better review system, okay? So this is our lovely beloved App Store. And this is the review. Now this is good. We can see this here is great, but these reviews don't tell me anything. How long have they played the game? Did they buy it through the App Store or Keyside, which is impossible, but still, I want more information. Is it a recent review? Well, they show that, but I want to see how people rate it overall, and recently maybe an update fucked the game, you know? Like on Steam. Like you have two. Recently, oh, it's great, a new update is amazing. That's what it tells you, right? And overall, well, it's a really good game overall. That's what it tells you, and it's very clear. And as for the reviews themselves, like this in Dutch, by the way, you can see 249 hours, how many hours people have played the damn game. And so, 80 hours, he didn't like it. Well, it's a valuable opinion probably, This guy played 800 hours, he clearly has no life. You know that, and by the way, if you think, oh, well, at least he knows how the game is, right? I mean, 800 hours, then you sure as hell know. And so they are way more valuable. I mean, maybe this guy played for 900 hours. I mean, you say, can't he play? But who knows? Maybe this guy played for 2 minutes, and it's amazing. The first 2 minutes, guys, amazing. And then it's shit, you don't know. Of course, we know because of Steam, but what if the game wasn't on Steam, right? So these are the main things that their new Apple gaming store, if you like, needs to see any form of success, because otherwise, like, what are you doing otherwise? Like, you already have the App Store, it's already filled to the brim with shit and scam. Like, Jesus, make something and make it for the Mac App Store, for the Mac App Store, for the Apple Silicon Macs, right? And that is, in my opinion, what we need now. Let me know in the comments if you think that I missed something, if you know something, like, what does the Apple gaming store needs? Tell me, because, I'm researching this. These are just my ideas, right? But maybe you have better ones, and I'll make more videos out of them. By the way, if you like this kind of rambling of mine, you're watching Vibram Gaming. I have more videos online, and I have a second channel which I make for general tech, Apple stuff, mostly Apple, but also tech. And, if you like it, check it out. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.